Good day, fellow wizards. My name is Jacob Wizards, and today I'm gonna talk about my life on YouTube. Yeah, it's maybe not what you're expecting, but it's something I want to talk about to show that YouTube saved my life. Yes, and let me explain. But first, you have seen the title, and yes, I'm gonna talk about PewDiePie, but I'm not gonna try to reign of popularity. But it's something on my mind and I want to talk about it because it's been there for a little while and I just want to talk about it. But let's go to the beginning of the story. I'm just 11 years old when I went to high school in the Netherlands. See, I went to primary school where I knew everybody since I was 4. So I knew them well and I had a lot of friends, but when I went to high school I lost all of them. Because in the Netherlands, you do high school in various levels, and on which level is best for you was determined by a test you do at the end of primary school. And I scored okay, but low because of my dyslexia, because of my dyslexia and me having a hard time to speak or say sentences because of my dyslexia. Yeah, so that's never too fun, but managed to learn with it, learn to live with it right now, so it's pretty okay, but right. So I almost got a low score, so lowest level / score in to go to in high school, but my primary school friends and classmates got a higher level / score because they had, of course, less difficulty with language and other various things that come with dyslexia. And so we went to the same high school, but in a different building than me. So I got placed in a different class, so I lost everybody that I knew. And I was pretty stressed at this point, like a normal person would be that, like a normal thing, I guess. But I was kind of stressed out, you know, because everybody knew is suddenly gone and you suddenly have to find everything out at your own. So I was kind of afraid and stuff, but right. So end of the summer break, school starts again, and we meet the first month or so when something like this. We met each other, so we did like how do you say it? Invitation. So you told everybody like, hey, I like this, hey, this is my name, and I like this, this is my hobbies, that kind of stuff. What everybody does when you join when you get in a new class, or what every teacher does when you get in a new class. And so we tried it. Well, we did that, of course. In the first month, we tried to decide between us who was like our friend, who was gonna be our friends, who was the popular kid or girl, or so yeah, we were like teenagers left to our own devices because, well, you know how teenagers are. That's the sort of thing that's gonna happen. So after a month or and a half or 2 months, we found out who were friends, who do we like, that kind of stuff. But I got the short stick of the deal because I had absolutely no friend except one that was like a half friend. I could not decide if they were nice or trying to be nice or something like that, but it didn't feel genuine, you know, like not a real good friendship, so I didn't feel okay about it. So I had a phone at the start of school because my parents wanted me to call someone if something went wrong on the road or back, something like that. So when I got an accident or something like that, because they could not be there whenever something is happening, like they cannot be there 24/7 for me, so I had to use my own phone. I had to call the police whenever it was needed on my own devices. So first I had an old BlueBerry with an integrated QWERTY code, you know, the normal keyboard you have on your keyboard. So where I have a pretty funny story about, but that's a different video if you guys really want to know. So yeah, I have this new phone, BlueBerry. Not pretty good, like I could play games on it, whatever, sort of okay games, like not the best, more like Snake and that kind of stuff, but it was okay, and it did its job as my phone that I could use when something happened. Not that really something ever happened to me, but it's always nice to have that security, of course. So yeah, I went to just went to school, did everything a normal person would do. But after 2 months or so, I got a new phone. It was the Samsung Galaxy Ace, like the oldest model that there is. So I still have it. It's literally laying about a half a meter from me right now, so I can showcase it one day because it's pretty cringy. But yeah, it was and I liked it because I could, for the first time ever, play real video games, or games that sort of were okay, I guess. And how do you say it? Well, that sort of thing. So I yeah, but around that time everybody knew who was the tough guy, but at the same time, when all of that happened, everybody knew, like, okay, he's the tough guy of the group, he is the less tough guy, he's a pretty girl, she's the pretty girl, she's the most popular kid, whatever. So we had everything figured out, so everybody knew, like, oh, you were that kind of guy, and like, sort of stuff. So for me that was pretty stressful, because I got the short stick, or I got the short side of the stick, if that's the correct term to say it, but I wasn't that lucky. So I was not popular, I was a quiet kid, and of course quiet and lonely people will get bullied pretty easily, so I was an easy target for bullying, and that was, of course, it was me. And it was not like they would walk up to me and kick me or something like that. No. They would just it was more mental bullying, because they would exclude me from everything. Like I couldn't talk with them in a group, something like that. In lunch break, I sat almost alone, because of course no one wanted to talk to me, and well, everybody has his own friend, and I was the bullied kid, so I had no one. So yeah, and of course, because no one wanted to talk to you during well, the normal times around school, I got immediately the feeling like, hey, you're not wanted, get out of here. And that's just, I think, twice more worse than just bullying, where people just come over to you and kick you or something like that, because you just get mentally tortured, and I absolutely hated it. And but I found an app on my smartphone called YouTube, because my brother told it. I knew about it because of my older brother. He had a smartphone earlier than me, because he was older and that kind of stuff. And I installed it, I opened it, because my brother said it was really fun and really interesting, so I was like, check it out. So I installed it, I started watching some videos, and yeah, it was pretty alright. And I don't remember what kind of videos I watched back then. Probably like huge micro videos, because it was 11. So yeah, probably micro videos and that kind of stuff. Later I found, and because well, I was just looking around doing stuff, whatever, and I found a YouTuber playing Amnesia Let's Plays, and his name was pewdiepie, and okay, pretty okay, and pretty weird name, but sure. And I watched him, and the first time I was just entranced. Like the guy was funny. He knew what he was talking about. He was doing everything. Like I found it pretty fun, like amazingly fun, and like I was entranced. Like I subscribed. I joined the bro army. I loved it, and he was so funny, and he made me laugh all the time, and yeah, I could just watch him every time I came home, because he had a new video, and that was pretty amazing, because I every time I did it, or every time I go to school, I just got bullied and stuff, and I was just being able to laugh after a hard day of being bullied is just very nice, and I just fell in love, and I loved him for that, even though he didn't know me and that kind of stuff, but I loved him for that. And after well, a lot of bullying and then stress related things at school, because well, that sort of thing takes a toll on you, you know, school and bullying. So I had, or I don't know if it was real depression, but I became depressed and suicidal, and sometimes I just had the feeling like, hey, or the mindset like, hey, you know, I normally always drive around or drive next to a railroad, so I'll always like think like, hey, you know, it's really easy just to just to jump in front of it, you know, like who's gonna stop me? Like all the pain will be over in 1 second. And but then I remembered, like, every time, like, hey, if I could just go home, I could just forget about it and watch some PewDiePie, and as weird as it sounds, but actually saved me somehow. I stayed away from suicide, and I tried my best to just stay alive just by watching a YouTuber. It sounds pretty weird, but somehow it's true. And that took a long time. I had that feeling for a long time, and I'm out of it now, so don't worry about it. But it was a long time, and but somehow PewDiePie pulled me through it. Of course, there were other YouTubers, but I remembered PewDiePie for just really clearly, because well, he had just, I don't know, just great impact on me, and I remember just him doing Let's Plays and stuff. That was pretty funny, to be honest. And yeah, but he pulled me through it all, and after some time, like a year and a half of bullying, it's just stopped. It stopped because of reasons. It mostly stopped because of one of the bullies had personal problems and that kind of stuff, and that's why they stopped. But I'm not gonna talk more about it, because well, I just want to forget about it. And um, I kept watching PewDiePie, of course, and slowly but surely I became human again, because I could just relax, sit back, don't have to worry about anything thinking about me, or thinking about, hey, I look ugly, I look weird, I look different than a normal human, that kind of stuff. So I could be human again. I could be the kid that I wanted to be. And I of course, kept watching PewDiePie and different YouTubers, but of course I remember PewDiePie way better. And it was all fine until until PewDiePie uploaded a video called Funny Montage 3, and at the time it was like all blue greenish background with PewDiePie or another man's face, just laughing or in shock or something like that, and somehow I lost the trance or something. It just flowed. It just went away. I couldn't watch anymore. Like he became different than I remembered, and I hated that. I don't know why, but I just hated that, and I just lost all interest, and I don't know why, but I just unsubscribed, and I heck, I'm gonna do this honorably. Honorably discharged me myself from the by then bro army, and yeah, I went, of course, not entirely skipping YouTube. I watched different YouTubers like James Key, Pyrocynical, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, that kind of YouTubers, of course, and the void of losing PewDiePie was still there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but just the connection wasn't there anymore. So no hate, but he changed, and I didn't like it, and I just, so yeah, the whole of missing that fun was gone, sadly, and yeah, and I just kept watching YouTube in my free time, of course, because why not? I had all the time in the world. And I saw something that said there was a war between a faceless corporation and the #1 YouTuber, and I was pretty weirded out by hearing that, like, what was going on. And I came back towards I came back to PewDiePie, and it was I watched some videos, Lawai, and the Pew News, and what's it called again? Yeah, Pew News, and Meme Review. And I remembered the old PewDiePie immediately, and I was like, man, why did he ever stop being this? And I just came back. I subscribed once again, or I followed once again, and I joined the Bro Army, or by now then called the 9-year-olds. And right. And I helped in my part that I could do in the War Against Tier series, and it was all pretty fine, and it was all pretty cool. Like, I had a lot of laughs and amazing things, just being that again, and And I just saw again videos that made my 12, 11-year-old me smile again. So I was pretty happy again. And recently I saw a photo or a video, and I was pretty astonished that I saw it. It was about Marzia and PewDiePie getting married, and I was extremely happy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I probably a lot of people cried because of it. Like, not gonna lie, probably a lot of people cried, and I almost cried. Seriously, I was really happy just to see that PewDiePie and Marzia being happy. Ow. And just seeing that just made me happy as well. And I was, of course, very happy, just like many other people. And I remembered me, 12-year-old me, thinking back to time that I thought Marzia was actually PewDiePie's wife back in the day, but that was of course false. But it was just pretty funny just to remember that I used to think that, and now it actually came true, and I was just really happy just to see it. And I just was really happy for everybody involved, and that's why I that's also the reason why I made this video. But I just want to congratulate PewDiePie on his marriage with Marzia. I want to congratulate Marzia with the marriage with PewDiePie, and I hope they live a long and happy life together. Like, they seem to be made for each other, so I believe they will do that. And I also want to congratulate PewDiePie on hitting the 100 million sub goal. I'm just very happy that I could be a part of it and help in some way. Of course, I was not the main force behind it. There were a lot of lovely people and lovely fans that helped, of course, but I was just glad that I could be a part of it and just help a little bit. And also want to congratulate PewDiePie on hitting 2 million followers or subscribers on the subreddit. Also a pretty cool goal to hit, because that's not fairly easy. I don't know. No, I don't know how hard it is actually, but I think I know that it's gonna be hard on Reddit. So I'm pretty happy for him that he managed to hit that goal as well. Yeah, and I just want to thank PewDiePie and of course many other YouTubers that I don't know the name of anymore, because I just lost memory of them. But I just want to thank PewDiePie and just in this instant for helping me out of that depression or out of that phase in my life, because it was very hard for me, and just having some feeling that someone cared for me or cared that I was watching just made me smile, made me happy. And I hope that PewDiePie will keep making beautiful videos and making more and more people happy, because I think a lot of people deserve to watch PewDiePie and be happy as well. So yeah, quite a rant, probably not too interesting for the normal person around here. Oh, ow. So yeah, that's my story. Of course, it's very just, talking about one topic, and I could talk a lot more about different things than just me having suicidal thoughts and PewDiePie saving me from that. But, I just didn't know what I did back then. So if I wanted to make a video about, oh, I like this YouTuber as well and that YouTuber I liked as well, but I just don't remember them anymore, and I am too afraid to even guess what I liked back then, or now, or sort of back then. And so yeah, or else it would be pretty boring as well. Like, you don't want to listen to me the entire time just talking about, oh, I liked Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. They're great dudes, by the way, but you don't want to listen to all of that, as it would be pretty boring, and I don't want to talk like an hour about what I did every day on YouTube. And so yeah, if you're a 9-year-old and watching this, if you're a 9-year-old army enlisted, or a bro for the veterans out there, I just want to say please share and like, because I just want PewDiePie to see this, to show him that he's a good guy. He's done a lot of good things in the world, even though a lot of people try to discredit him. He's a great dude, and yeah. And I just want to show him, like, hey, he has done good. He has helped not only me, but even more people than just me, out of their suicide or out of many other things. And I just want PewDiePie to know that he has a loyal fan base that he probably already knows, but just people that like him for the way he is, and that people are really happy that he is here, not because of the way he must be, but of the way he is. And because he is just a good influence for everybody, and I just want him to see that he's just a great influence for not only that he has not only been a good influence for just me, but for a lot of people, and probably inspired a lot of YouTubers, a lot of good people in this world to do good. And he was probably an example of that. And yeah, I just want him to see that, or hopefully he will understand that if he sees this video. And yeah, and if you're, yeah, but yeah, I've just ranted not long enough, probably said too much yeah in this video, and I just wish you all a good day, a good week. I don't know what you're all doing back there, but I just wish you all a good weekend, a good week. Probably some of you went back to school already, so I just wanted to wish you a good year at school once again. So yeah, if you want to hear more, or if you want to hear more, less bullshit, or less crap about how sad my life has been, you can persuade yourself to like and subscribe if you want to, of course. I'm not forcing you to do it. And I wish you all a good day or a good week, as said before. And I wish you all a good day. Goodbye, fellow wizards.